All right, what is up? Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is Tim Kramer with Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we're going to talk about episode 5 of The
Five.
Boys. Yeah,
hmm
yeah, this season's flying by already.
Too fast.
Right?
Yeah. But yeah, so this one we had the was it the Vought 52. You know what was it? It was like the Comic-Con for Vought. You
Yeah.
know, we had that was like the big thing going on, and then
I also it was like I thought I was gonna say it was like what's the one that Marvel does when it's a Disney D25? That's
C23.
T23.
D23. Yeah, D23. That's what I was thinking the whole time.
Yeah, it was like what V52, I think it was called, or Vought 52 or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was definitely like a D23. But that was going on, and then we were starting to deal with Huey and his dad in the hospital. So those are the main two, like kind of background or the main things going on. But we'll start off with Brandman. What you think about this episode?
A lot of holy crap moments, as per usual with the boys. They just really ramp that up with every episode. Then like the Vought, whatever it was, like the expo. That kind of made me cringe and kind of made me feel a little uncomfortable.
Which part?
Like when the Deep was talking about when viewers would tune into a show, they replace certain products depending on what white people watch it. It's replaced with an IPA, or with black people, it's a peach cognac, and then they cut to some of the black people in the crowd.
Yeah.
Just looking really unhappy about it. That was like, I was like, oh man.
A-Train is on his way out. See it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not that's gonna end bad.
Mm-hmm.
And even with the character of Brian, it's kind of curious to see how he's gonna end up, because it kind of seemed like on one hand early on he was him and Butcher were working things out, and now he kind of seems to be playing into Homelander's hand, or kind of becoming molded by him.
Do the was it called the Peter Pan effect? The Lost Boys. Give them everything, let them do whatever they want, wherever they want, and next thing you know, they'll go towards the violence and all that other stuff. So,
Lord of the Flies type stuff.
Exactly, Lord of the Flies type thing. Yeah.
What's up, Tony? Yeah.
What else? Yeah, good to see Giancarlo Esposito as usual. That dude's just great in any role that he shows up in.
Yeah. In The Boys, he's so good, man, because he's so monotone and he's so just level-headed all the time. And in a world where everyone's literally losing their heads at times, and everyone's OP'd and emotional, he's so scary because he's so like even.
All the time. Exactly.
And this makes him way more scary. It's like, so
he's not afraid to do anything at all.
I'm
very measured. I'm going to do exactly what it is. This is it.
Yeah. Kate and Sam. Yeah, Kate and Sam showed up. They are sheep. They are. Yeah, they went and showed them. So we get a little crossover from Gen V, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, their Guardians of Godolkin was very, very similar to Guardians of the Galaxy, kind of their little logo. So I thought that was funny. But what else you got, Brandman?
Yeah, I was going to say that next. It was cool to see that crossover from Gen B. Was kind of waiting for that, because I just, you just kind of knew they were going to incorporate that.
Mhm.
So the way they did that worked, I thought. Um,
What about Huey? His little story.
oh man, yeah, his subplot with his dad was just insane. Once they once they mentioned that they gave him uh why am I drawing a blank? What
Compound V.
that yeah, Compound V to
His,
just to save his life.
his
I'm
mother.
like, oh crap. Oh yeah, when his mother gave it to him, I was like, oh crap, this isn't gonna end well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, that was insane.
Hmm. I really thought that was like interesting because, like, what if you give a person who's a vegetable and brain dead, when you give him the ability of being a superhero?
Mhm.
Frozen? That is like, yeah. Okay, wait. Yeah, Brian is
Mhm.
frozen, right? He's like stuck
Mhm.
in the post. Oh, man. Brian got an epic freeze. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if he's laughing or he's screaming. I'm gonna bring him down so he unfreezes.
Mhm.
That's funny. But yeah, but I thought that was like super interesting. Is like what happens when somebody who's pretty much brain dead gets like a dose of super juice, become a superhero,
Mhm.
and exactly what you thought, like not good.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. I was kind of like waiting hand and foot to see like what was going to happen. You see him standing over that dead body, and it's like, oh no.
oh man, yeah,
After like basically Kanoing the
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was definitely it was for me. That was some of the saddest boys stuff going on that I can remember in a while. You know, like because he's just a normal dude. He was always happy, and then you find out he's dying. He's pretty much dead. At that point,
guy.
and then he comes back and he just like kills people
Yep.
unintentionally, accidentally. But it was just sad seeing this like good person do these bad things. You know,
Hmm.
that was sad, and then everything that happened after that with him and Huey.
Yep.
But we'll get into that, or unless you want to get into it now. But you know,
Um. No, I pretty much feel the same. Yeah, that was like really sad, especially with how it ended. Um. It. Yeah, because especially with how they established who he stabbed from the very beginning. It's just a nice simple dude.
yeah,
So when that happened, I don't think I was too ready.
yeah, 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 and it just
Mhm.
yeah, it really sucked. And the one thing I do really appreciate, I want to know what you think about it, is the parallels of Huey and his dad, right? And
Mhm.
Huey being a good son and them trying to be good people
Mhm.
versus Homelander and Ryan, where Huey's trying to save his dad from doing bad stuff. And then
Mhm.
Ryan is like, I want to save people, actually save people. And I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
that's cool. I wonder how Homelander's going to do this. He takes this super innocent thing of, I want to be an actual hero, and immediately turns like perverts it and turns it into him slowly becoming into a psychopath like Homelander. Like,
Yep.
and then just having these two father son things, and how how manipulative Homelander is, but like seeing
Mhm.
like father and son that love each other, that care about each other, and then a father and son who just kind of use each other. Mostly Homelander uses.
Yeah. Mhm. And it's so it's kind of anxiety inducing to see because you're hoping Ryan turns out decent, and he's kind of going down a very dark path.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought that was really messed up because I'm like, oh, he wants to do good stuff, and then he's like, oh, you want to do good stuff? All right, well, we're gonna do it the most effed up way possible, and we're gonna like turn you into a psychopath like me.
Yeah, he's gonna Lord of the Flies you, and we're gonna make it happen that way. It's fun. So.
Yeah. But it's also like very much of a kid, he's gonna be part of his environment. If Butcher was trying to make him be a good person because he kept invoking his mother. Meanwhile, Homelander is like, no, you're gonna be crazy like me, so we can be crazy together. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know how you guys feel, but I think Homelander thinks he's doing the right thing because it's the opposite of what he had when he was a kid, being stuck in a room and told what to do all the time and told what to think all the time. And this is when you eat, and then we're going to torture you to test you. So he's the opposite. He's like, no, whatever you want to do. You don't want to do this? No. You want to save people? All right, well, we're going to save people, but we're going to do it my way. So I think he thinks he's doing the right thing, but
I think it has nothing to do with Ryan at all. It's Homelander is becoming schizophrenic, and he doesn't want to feel lonely. There's nothing worse than feel like you're going crazy and being a lone addict. So his connection to someone else, the easiest one is his son. So why not? That's it. Why not?
Yeah. It's that whole stuff was wild, man. That was super wild. And then he's drinking, and he starts drinking slowly with it. I was like, oh, you see it coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what about you, Brian? Some stuff
I thought the episode should have been called Parents and Children. Parents and Children, because I mean that's all it was. It was Homelander with Ryan, Huey and his dad, and then we had what's her name and her father, Newman, because technically even
Mother's Milk and his kid. I didn't even think about that.
Parents and children. Everything that had in this episode was all about the parents and the consequences of what you do and your children, and even the whole motivation with Butcher. Still parents and children. So like that's all it was. It was all relationships the entire episode. That's all we talked about. And how do you deal with all this stuff? And what does it mean? I thought it was really interesting talking about those things and seeing how each relationship was kind of either doomed or successful because of how the parents' relationship with the children kind of worked. Why Homelander messed up because of the way he was raised, his father figure, and all that stuff. Why, what's he doing to Ryan? What's going on with Huey? His mom left, so now his dad had to take over. And how does his dad react to it? The whole thing. I mean, he said mother's milk and his daughter. And with your decisions, you punch your problems. Your kid is going to probably punch their problems. Like you are a role model for your child. You are the connection they have. Everything good in you is what they try to emulate, and everything bad in you is something they're going to emulate. It's all about parents and children. And even in the case of Newman, she still, no matter what, still loves the person who raised her, who still cared about her. All that was all we saw this entire episode was about parents and children.
When Huey has to make the decision to kill his dad, that was super, super interesting. And especially him saying why he gave his ex-wife or wife, I don't know if they ever got divorced or whatever, but his Huey's mom power of attorney. And he's like, it's because he knows Huey's too good of a person to allow somebody to die. You know what I mean? Because he's like, no, you have to keep fighting. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. And he brought up his example from being a gerbil or having a gerbil when he was a kid. So I thought that was really interesting. Is like, no, it's because you are so good of a person that you don't know how to give up on somebody. You know,
Yeah.
and you see he does it with Butcher all the time. He doesn't know when to let go of Butcher. Like, no, Butcher still is good. He's still a good guy, you know.
Mhm.
But I thought that was like really telling. Even the dad's like, no, this is why I did it. But Huey doing what needs to be done at the end of the episode because he loves his dad. You know what I mean? Because he knows what's the better choice is that you should die because otherwise you can't live like this. Um, just tells you how much Huey has changed. From the beginning to now. Like he's out in there, he's like, "Oh, this French guy taught me too much about drugs," and he's like whipping up a cocktail to kill somebody, which is like, what? But it's like that's how crazy this whole situation is. But when he did it and they're crying and oh my god, man, that like was so emotional. And for a show like The Boys, where every 15 minutes somebody dies, a head blows up, body part gets blown off, for somebody to die and for me to get emotional and get teary-eyed and get super sad when it's just a nonstop thing when somebody is dying in a show. It's just they know how to do it so well, man. They know how to do it so well
Mhm.
where like you
Cheating.
want to care about this person. Yeah. Yeah.
It's cheating because I mean, the emotional connection you have between father and son, and then
Yeah.
diseases and things like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard dealing with it, but I just thought they did a great job with all that, and then the little seeds that were planted in this episode, seeing the little
Oh,
things you saw from the rabbit, you
oh
know,
my
so that gives insight into what's going on with Butcher and what's really inside him, and that you would never let him die. So, all those things are going to be very interesting. Starlight having problems controlling her powers. Huey getting the engagement ring from his mother. Like all those little ancillary things that didn't really nothing happen because of it, but it's there and it's adding to the show,
Mhm.
it's adding to the story. Those are all really interesting too. I mean, and that's why well, the boys are just it's just so interesting. It's such a good show.
You want to believe go woke, go broke? Well, we got a better one. Go woke, get
Go
yoked.
woke, get yoked.
Mm.
I was like, really?
It makes no sense, but I was like, cool. And even like when they do the memoriam thing for Ezekiel,
Mm.
like even the deep's like what he say, like, oh, rest in peace, homie. Or he was like it was like, what? Like the deep, like is this that dude like you love to hate because he's such a piece of shit person? Like it's like
Mhm.
the deep is like he feels like a shitty version of Jason Momoa. Like he's a dude, bro, but
Mhm.
in the worst possible way.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah. What was it called? V Expo or something like that?
Yep.
Yeah, V52. So much like D23.
It's a D23,
Mhm.
B52. Let's go, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, there's so many like things in here. There's the Homelander. So these are all potential movies. And that was another thing. Like he came out and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna announce phases 5 through 15 or whatever." I was like,
Mhm.
so there's the A Train in the A Train movie, and then
Yep.
there's another A Train into the multiverse. There's the Guardians
Mhm.
of Tolkien, the Tech Knight movie, Black Noir, Back to Hanno, Hanno, Homelander, Justice Serve, Super School. Uh, there's so many over here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just I love the yeah the Deep Gods and Dolphins, Firecracker, God Help Me, the Seven Forever, yeah, Double Standard. Like, what?
Double standard. That's my name.
Oh, so here it's called G-Men, Days Past from the Future. Oh, that's
Oh
awesome.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that one's good. I think it's that one. Yeah, the Deep Secrets of Atlantis, like there's the G-Man one was pretty good.
Mhm.
You know, but there's supposedly there's only one supernatural person that hasn't crossed over into the show because the showrunner is the showrunner from Supernatural. So we've seen pretty much everybody from Supernatural except Castiel. I don't if he was in it, I haven't caught it. But Jared Padalecki, whatever.
Padalecki.
Yeah, he's the only one, and supposedly I read that he will show up in season 5. I want him to be a G-Man. When a character with stupid powers, like
That'd
you
be
know,
pretty funny.
yeah. I just feel like he just whined his way into getting into the show. But yeah, the whole V52 kind of thing, you know, they have like G3, G-Men. It's yeah.
Mhm.
Sounds
Deep
awful.
somewhere. Yeah. The 7 Returns. Firecracker Heaven's Miracle. Oh my god. Teenage was it Home for Kwanzaa 2.
Wow.
Then there's a Christmas Switch. There's one called Sex Ed. Yeah. Homelander and Soldier Boy Annihilation. Like some of these are really there's G2 G-Men, G3 G-Men. But
Mhm.
the days past from the future, that's the best. And then at the end, when we get the Animal Farm, the Animal
Mhm.
Farm was wild.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Oh, did Brian freeze again? Oh, he did. Oh, bring him down. Unless you get Brian sad look. It went away. Yeah. So that dude, they go into the barn and they're figuring out what's going on, right?
Mhm.
And I remember watching, and I was watching this at work, and a freaking chicken went flying through a person, like right through the gut, through a person, and I was just like, I lost it. I was like, what? And then
Mhm.
there's chickens, and the chickens are bulletproof. That was so good, man. That was so good, and then it just got crazier.
Yeah, I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
No, I did not expect to see farm animals with superpowers.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then then you get the bull, like a bull that's all, on Compound V, and you're like, "Oh, what are they gonna do?"
Mhm.
Flying sheep come in. Like it went from crazy to crazy, and then you're like, "What?" Like, I don't know how you felt. At one point, I'm like, "What am I watching, man?" Like,
Mhm.
there's flying sheep eating a cow or a bull.
I did have that. What the hell is even going on
Yeah.
moment?
That's pretty much it from us for the boys. This was a fun episode. The season just started. Well, no, it's damn, episode 5.
Yep.
It's almost done at this point. Holy shit. Yeah, but cool. Leave a comment if you're watching on the replay. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about this episode. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and you come and join us live every Monday and Thursday. We appreciate all you guys coming in and hanging out with us on the replay. But if you are watching live, stick around because we got to move on to our next topic for the night.